Cabinet approves implementation of new revenue distribution system for the power sector. We hike up to the Oti waterfalls in the Volta region to explore its tourism potential. Very good evening to you. Welcome to GBC24. This is News Hour. We are also live on GTV and Thelmataki. Cabinet has approved the implementation of a new revenue distribution system for the power sector. The new system, dubbed the cash waterfall mechanism, is to address challenges facing the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, including payment for power supplied to consumers, which has led to a debt of over $2 billion.
Ghana's cabinet has approved the implementation of a new revenue distribution system for the power sector. It is to be called the Cash Waterfall Mechanism, CWM. This is to address the adverse effect on the inability of the Electricity Company of Ghana to collect payment for power supplied, as well as pay their suppliers for services rendered. According to officials of the Ministry of Energy, ECG fails to collect about 20% of the electricity it bills its consumers with, thereby making it difficult for the company to pay power producers, fuel suppliers and other electricity service providers in the value chain. The new cash water mechanism CWM system would see the crafting of a formula for the equity and predictable distribution of revenue to all stakeholders, with the setting up of an escrow account from which funds would be allocated to power producers, fuel suppliers and other creditors. Energy experts say this would put an end to the present situation where some power producers are given priority when it comes to payment. Since the ECG is unable to meet its revenue collection target, any revenue left is shared by the rest of the entities within their value chain. The failure of ECG to collect revenue for power consumed and subsequent payment to its creditors have led to major difficulties for players in the energy sector. With a huge legacy debt of $2.4 billion sitting on the books of the banking sector as at 31st December 2016, the national economy has also been affected. In another development, Cabinet has directed the Ministry of Energy to ensure that the Electricity Company of Ghana begins the installation of prepaid meters across the country to reduce the system and revenue losses bedeviling its operations. The power distributor is expected to install the meters for at least 95% of its customers.
Unilever Ghana Foundation, in partnership with Global Communities and the USAID, has handed over a newly constructed hygiene station to the Tema Community 11 Basic School. The 800,000 Ghana cedi facility, fitted with 7 toilet units, a hand washing unit and a store, is to promote good hygiene among the school children.
According to UNICEF, 1.4 million children under the age of 5 die annually from diarrhea and pneumonia. Health experts say a simple act of hand washing with soap has proven to reduce the disease by 45%. In a bid to ensure that children in Ghana do not die needlessly from the disease, Lifebuoy, a Unilever brand, has over the years reached close to 3 million school children by helping them imbibe basic hand washing as a habit that prevents diarrhea. With the aim of improving health and well-being of pupils, the Unilever Ghana Foundation, in partnership with Global Communities, has constructed and handed over a hygiene station to the Tema Community 11 Basic School Complex. According to the chairman of the Unilever Ghana Foundation, the facility is to empower beneficiaries to practice hygienic lifestyles. The managing director of Unilever Ghana, Zubien, said the construction of the facility is the company's determination to build a bright future for the African child.
We remain committed to changing the hand-washing habit and behavior of 1 billion people across the world by the year 2020. Joining the campaign to save lives through the promotion of simple hand washing habits and the provision of hygiene stations, especially for skilled children, is Unilever's way of offering a solution for this daunting challenge that confronts us in Ghana.
The Chief Director of the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, Mr. Joseph Obingpoku, said the creation of a ministry to tackle sanitation shows the government's commitment to improve the hygienic lifestyle for many Ghanaians.
Access to household toilet facilities in the country remains limited to just about 18% of households in urban areas and to about 9% in rural areas. These damning figures leave no doubts in my mind about the need to redouble our effort at tackling these manners, which goes to the very heart of our well-being.
The facility is expected to benefit over 3,000 students in the metropolis.
To the central region, where some 300 students have graduated from the NG College of Education in the western region with diplomas in basic education. Speaking at the ceremony, the Western Regional Minister, Madam Gifty Kusi, said the success of the educational system depends on the training of teachers. She said the government is committed to providing materials and infrastructure necessary to enhance teaching and learning in colleges of education.
NG College of Education is a teacher training college located in the Awin district of the Western region. It was established by government in 1974 with the aim of producing competent trained teachers. Speaking at the 8th graduation ceremony of the school, the principal of the college, Madam Victoria Edu, said though the school has improved in terms of teaching and learning, it is still challenged with huge electricity bills, deplorable roads and pavements, among others. Madam Edu appealed to government and individuals for support.
One of the major challenges that confronts the college is the deplorable campus roads and pavements. The campus roads are virtually rendered unmotorable during the rainy season, thereby making life on campus unbearable. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to the government, agencies, institutions, individuals, alumni to come to our rescue in this challenging situation. Colleges of education at the moment do not have governing councils. The vacuum created by the absence of the governing council undoubtedly hampers critical decision-making in the running of the institutions. The college therefore expects the reconstitution of all governing councils of colleges of education as soon as possible.
The Deputy Western Regional Minister, Madam Gifty Kusi, said education is the backbone of development and government is committed to ensuring that the learning needs of all young people and adults are met.
No matter how well our educational system is structured, its success depends on our trained teachers. For that matter, government acknowledges the important role that your colleges of education play within our educational system. To a large extent, therefore, our colleges of education are expected to produce new brand of human resource development officers tasked with the responsibility of imparting the right knowledge and skills to our children.
The Dean of the School of Educational Development and Outreach, University of Cape Coast, Professor Evans Kofi Davis, stressed the need for quality education, without which socio-economic development would be difficult to achieve. The ceremony was on the theme Delivery of Quality Education in Ghana, the role of the trained teacher.
Did you know that the Oti waterfalls at Amejope in the whole West District of the Volta region has two falls? The main fall, which is higher, is located at Amejope. The second fall, considered the most fascinating of the two, is lower than the first and is located at Gbezeme. Over the years, efforts have been made to promote the Oti Falls at Gbezeme, but it is yet to catch the attention of both local and foreign tourists. GBC24 has taken a hike to the Avetime Gbezeme Oti Falls and has this report on what tourists are missing out on.
Avatima Bajeme is a sister community to the famous Amajopa, the highest human habitable point in Ghana. A drive from Accra to the Volta regional capital, Ho, is likely to take about 3 hours. From Ho to Avatima Bajeme is another 1 hour drive. The community is located along the Ho-Hohwe main road. A visit to Avatima Bajeme is adventurous. Though not easy, it can be exciting. The first step when making this journey is to have a suitable vehicle because the road to the community is naturally rocky. At best, a motorcycle can be of great help. Despite the inconvenience to visitors, the chiefs and people of Avatima Bajeme say the rocky road leading to their town is a treasure and they will not trade it for any kind of improvement, especially being tarred.
Forefathers, the tribe.
According to them, their forefathers used several years to create the rocky road, which meanders around the mountain, leading to the community. Even before reaching the town, a visitor is treated to some beautiful landscape scenes. Undoubtedly, the picturesque views really add to the adventure of the whole trip. Upon reaching the Avatima Bajeme community, one is greeted by a very cold weather condition. The air emanating from the green vegetation surrounding the entire community is very refreshing. The time needed to hike up the trail to the waterfall differs from person to person, depending on stamina and energy level. It is possible to drive vehicles up to a certain point from where the rest of the hike is done on feet. This signpost was erected to inform the public about the facility, but it is totally worn out. The hiking expedition itself is very challenging. It involves an adventurous steep descent from the hilltops to get to the site. The path leading to the waterfall is overgrown with weeds, so the news team had to create a new path to continue to climb. Another word of caution here: be on the lookout for wild animals and insects, as a green and lush path has been shaded by tall trees of the forest, making it almost impossible for the sun's rays to reach the ground. It's all worth it in the end though, when you get to the final destination. The waterfall presents a mixture of opportunities for different experiences: freshwater bathing, swimming at the base of the cliff, and suitable spaces for a small gathering or a picnic. The formation of the Bajeme waterfalls is quite fascinating. The fall takes its source from the flowing waters at the base of the Oti Falls at the Amajopo side of the falls. Interestingly, the Bajeme Fall has a heavier flow than the Amajopo Fall, but the latter is also longer than the former. This waterfall can be described as a virgin tourist facility that presents peaceful solitude and serene getaway from the hustle and bustle of city life.
The annual conference of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission has been held in Accra with a call by the Amir of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, Maulvi Muhammad bin Salih, for a renewed spirit of patriotism among Ghanaians.
Over the years, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission in Ghana has contributed to the growth of many sectors of the economy through the establishment of schools and hospitals, among others. The mission has also played key roles in the country's governance in enhancing its democratic credentials. Decisions and projects undertaken by the mission are discussed at their various annual conferences. This year's regional conference had the theme, Congregational Salat, a panacea to our spiritual progress. It brought together members from the various circuits in the Greater Accra region to first thank Allah for his blessings and also discuss ways to further contribute their quota to national development. The Emir of the mission, Mauvi Muhammad bin Salih, said Muslims must shun acts that portray Islam in a bad light.
Who will work tirelessly towards bringing back Islam to its pristine purity through our practical example, individually, as well as collective example as a group. We can only do that by portraying the true teachings of Islam. We can do so by practicing the true teachings of Islam and mirroring the true image of Islam to the whole of mankind.
As a way of contributing to improvement in the country's education sector, an educational fund was launched to cater for the needs of school children in deprived communities in the Greater Accra region.
Now we'll bring you pictures of stories that made headlines during the week.
This is News Hour live on GBC24. Coming up later in this package, 8 suspected illegal immigrants have been found dead inside a trailer truck parked outside a Walmart store in the U.S. state of Texas. And Ghana's Isaac Dogbe has successfully defended his WBO International Super Bantamweight belt against challenger Javier Chacon. Please stay with us.
Ghana's Isaac Dogbe has successfully defended his World Boxing Organization WBO International Super Bantamweight belt against the former world title challenger Javier Chacon at the Bukum Boxing Arena in Accra on Saturday night. Chacon could not answer the bell at round 7 of the title fight. This brings the tally of Dogbe's unbeaten runs to 17.
Ghana's Isaac Dogbe on Saturday night recorded a 7th round technical knockout over his Argentine challenger Javier Nicolas Chacon in their WBO International Super Bantamweight title short final eliminator. The Argentine failed to respond to the bell for the 7th round with a purported broken wrist. Dogbe, who was fighting in front of his countrymen at the Bukum Boxing Arena, was splendid from the first round through the 6th round, throwing punches and jabs to win all the 6 rounds. The 22-year-old has sustained pressure on his older opponent and opened a cut on top of Chacon's left eye that bled the rest of the fight. Dogbe has extended his fight record to 17 wins without a defeat. At the ringside were former three-time world boxing champion Professor Zuma Nelson and former president Jerry John Rawlings, who had both supported and pepped up Dogbe for the fight. Dogbe's nicknames are the Royal Storm and Brave Sun.
That was sports. In the arts news, lovers of classical music were treated to some good music and opera by the Classical Music Association of Ghana together with Opera Mauritius. The collaboration is the first of its kind in Ghana.
Some of the performances on the night included the popular Ave Maria, written by Schubert Franz and performed by Veronique Zoel and L'Ensemble 415. There was another performance from Opera Zezos. Jean-Michel Rengado gave a solo performance of Granada in music by Lara Augustin. The National Symphonic Orchestra of Ghana also performed some traditional music. The chairman of the Classical Music Association of Ghana, Mr. Alex Kofi Osei, shared the rationale behind the collaboration.
We are seeking to make Ghana the hub of classical music in West Africa. And in so doing, we need to organize such international programs at least quarterly, so that we would avail the opportunity to Ghanaians to enjoy classical music. Much as we'll be inviting foreign orchestras to come and perform in Ghana, we are also hoping to let people outside Ghana also experience the symphony orchestra that is played by our local musicians.
The president and founder of Opera Mauritius, Mr. Paul Olsen, expressed delight in the reception and said they look forward to having Ghana perform to their audience. He shared some benefits of opera.
Classical music gives you, I would say, harmony rather than excitation. And it is good for the people. And we also in Mauritius have schools where we teach young children to learn classical music and play an instrument. And these children develop more quickly than the others. So it's really something that Ghana should look into.
Ghana is hoping to collaborate with more countries to entertain Ghanaian music lovers.
Ridomil Gold Plus. Spraying technique. Spray your cocoa pods with Ridomil Gold Plus to protect your harvest from black pod. To get a good harvest, you should use Ridomil Gold Plus every 4 weeks from the start of the rainy season until September. The best time to spray Ridomil Gold Plus is early in the morning before 11 a.m. Later in the day, the change in wind direction may blow the Ridomil Gold Plus away from the pods and pollute the person spraying. Spray the Ridomil Gold Plus onto the cocoa pods. Spray each pod from the top of the tree to the bottom of the tree. When you have sprayed all the pods on the tree, move on to the next tree until you have sprayed all the trees on your farm. Remember to use 150-gram sachet of Ridomil Gold Plus per each tankful of water and 6 50-gram sachet of Ridomil Gold Plus for every acre of your cocoa farm.
Thanks for watching the weather report brought to you by RMG Ghana Limited. See you tomorrow. Bye.
This has been News Hour live on GBC24. Up next is Talking Point. Stay with us.